Hiya, this is Guntech, and I'm a survival guy, mostly. And I'm sort of making this video in order to force myself to buy a couple games on Steam. Not because I'm stingy, but because I want to be able to give the games the time that they deserve. And this is my take. If I say something that's really wrong about a game that shows that I've misapprehended some aspect of the game, please correct me in comments. And also, please tip me off to games that I've missed that you think match my preferences. So here are my preferences. Here's the winter sale. These are my tags: survival, open world, single player, first person, sandbox. This is where it's at for me. Doesn't have to be multiplayer at all. So let's have a look at the survival offers right now. Everspace. Not sure I want to do survival in space. For that, I have something else in mind. Kingdoms and Castles, no. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, very popular game. Not from the Universum. Feels like a city builder. I have no idea what this is. Frostpunk, I've heard good things about. Strategy RPS type thing. Not into that so much. Not against it either. Far Cry 5. Alright, Far Cry franchise. I have Far Cry Primal. I like it very much. But I will see. DayZ? No, it has zombies. So now you probably know that I'm against, zombie hordes and guns and all that in survival games. I'm more of the survival type you see on YouTube, uh, you know, uh, uh, making his knives, sharpening his knives, and being about scouting and camping and so on. 7 Days to Die, very popular game, not for me. Uh, Outlast, not checked this out, or I did and didn't like it. Hunt Showdown has a new mode, which could be worth checking out. It's should be on my wish list anyway. Um, and yeah, Rust, no. Uh, I have something against smacking trees, and even if it's good and so on, it's a multiplayer first game, and I'm unsure about its single player qualities. Shadow Tomb Raider, no. Northgard, I've looked at this. It seems interesting. Uh, I read this as an RPS. Could be fun for a while. The Hunter, no. Too slow. Uh, Animals are too few and far between, and I bet it's a great simulator for someone who wants a realistic hunting simulator. But from friends who hunt, well, you hunting is mostly about sitting at a spot for hours and just looking and maybe getting a shot in. So I fear it would be boring. Kenshi, not heard about this. Could be a new release. And that's it. So, moment of truth. Time to spend some money. So here's my wish list. So Valley, you have this exosuit and you travel through this valley. And it seems like a very nice game. Single player. Uh, and I think I'll return to this at €3. It's a steal. The Flame and the Flood. Beautiful, beautiful game, and I've seen Athenon play this. He's a hardcore survival guy. He's better than me at the Long Dark. And yeah, you travel down this river at a high pace and have to stop at various places to find the things you need to survive. And you can play the story or you can play endless survival, which is quite challenging, so I've heard. I've not played this, but I am gonna add this to my cart because I'm going to buy it tonight. The signal from Toga. I can show a little bit of this. Here we go.
I've got a nice little vantage point here that I can shoot them from. Oh, come on, we reload. Hail is slow. It'd be nice if you could blow parts off the robots. And, like, you know, shoot them in the leg or something and so they'd limp. This game seems like the kind of game where that actually would be like a huge bonus. I'm actually...
So that was not me talking, that was Wanderbots. A suitable game for him. Probably this is a cool little exploration shooter. Not sure I should buy it at the moment. I'm gonna earmark this in my mind for now. Incernium seemed interesting mostly from the trailers. It says survival, but I'm not sure it's the kind of survival I want. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Sir, you're being hunted. Well, you know, interesting premise, but it seems you have to stealth too much, I think, for me to enjoy it. The state looked interesting, but has zombies, so I'm gonna skip that for now. Far Cry 3, excellent price, €8. Fly around in a wingsuit, blow up stuff in sandbox mode. If you don't want to play the story, by all means get this. So No Man's Sky, I'm gonna take the plunge on this because it's half price and it will probably come back at half price on the next sale, but there will be some time before the next sale. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this to my cart and buy it. Obviously it got, well, it was pre-order, so anyone who pays money to somebody in advance on the hype alone deserve what they got, but that doesn't help. They will just thumb it down anyway. It has a lot in it, and it does have some interaction with AI, and it has a big universe, and it has spaceships, and it has some survival. I think I would like this. The Wild 8 seems like it's gotten an update here. It's sort of the wrong perspective for me. If I'm in an environment, I want to experience it firsthand. So I prefer first-person games. And I know I just bought a game, The Flame in the Flood, that is third person, but it's one of those rare exceptions, I think. For the most part, you'll be either top down or third person, and I can do that if I control a vehicle or a robot, maybe. But if I'm playing me, I want to be inside the body, if you know what I mean. It's what I prefer. So, Empyrean Galactic Survival. This is very interesting. Been a few years in development. It was pretty weak just half a year ago, but it's taken big strides and you can build a lot and explore a lot. It's got tons of planets, bit clunky graphics, blocky graphics and so on, but definitely something I would consider very much if I hadn't just bought No Man's Sky. It's probably, I would say it could be deeper than No Man's Sky in some aspects, but well, I'm not gonna buy it tonight. Slime Rancher. This looks like fun. It looks like a kid's game, first of all. It's single player simulation kind of thing. You sort of kill bad guys and ranch good guys and match colors. I don't know how to describe it. I haven't watched much of it, but I'm going to take the plunge tonight and buy it because I think it would be fun. If nothing else, it would be a fun shooter. A fun twist on a shooter, maybe. I could just I could spend half an hour in this just warming up my gaming hands or something, and probably I would enjoy finding out about these silly Silly creatures. So, Memories of Mars. Uh, who doesn't want to be Matt Damon, right? Uh, I might just buy this because I'm such a big fan of surviving on Mars. I'm going to do that now. Just forcing myself again. So, Darkwood Horror, I guess, says survival RPG. Is that the one with the slimy hand? No, it's a top-down perspective, fierce climate thingy. Gonna skip on that for now. Conan Exiles, everyone was hyped for this, and then they got the angry multiplayer mob on them, and this is one of those multiplayer first games, so obviously they're gonna take shit if the servers go down, or if people go on the servers just to, grief. Uh, Unsettled, this is interesting because starts out, I think, by you playing as a bear, and then you're suddenly a human, uh, or something. And that sounded interesting to me. So if it were survival, I would probably get this. If you like adventures and would like to put your faith into this dev, then I think this is one of the ones to maybe follow, at least on Steam. We Happy Few, I don't know. What is this? This is in some big city, London or something. Uh, Not sure about this. I'm going to skip this for now. It's also quite expensive. Um, and it doesn't look as though the people in it are the happy few. So probably I'll get a bunch of corrections on this one, but I don't think it's a survival game that I would want to play. And yeah, so Hold Your Own, another survival game, mostly added as a bookmark in case they add something. Daeyoung is sort of a uh, s- story, horror story, I guess, in a beautiful setting with a bit of shimmy shimmy and a bit of maybe parkour. I don't know. One to look out for, maybe. I like the style in this game. Not a survival game. Moving on. Hobo Tough Life. This is one that I just added, I think. And it seems an interesting premise. I'll see if I buy it. Hunt Showdown, yeah. I love the graphic style of this game, the horror style. It's really beautiful. We can check it out.
There's a lot of customizations that you can do within the mode itself.
And I'm
How
gonna
could I
talk
utilize this?
over
How could
the
I?
commercial.
You'd hear him
just
stomping around.
so-
Okay, so he's
I was about to say I'm gonna talk over the commercial so that there are no infringements of any kind, but just a remix. So anyway,
not on here. We gotta go to the next part over.
Okay.
so this is multiplayer.
Ooh, that's flying.
Oh, my eyes. My retinas have melted.
Where do we have to go? It should be right here. Oh, there's a hive.
So you can
Hi.
So you can probably get the vibe from this in the 1800s in the Wild West or something. And there are huge spider monsters and stuff, and also other players. And yeah, it's a horror shooter. And yeah, it's beautiful, as you can see. Nothing wrong with this. So yeah, if you have a friend, pick it up. Not gonna pick it up tonight, but I am gonna pick up Cuphead because it's rarely on sale and it's just under my 15 euros sort of cut for non big titles. So I'm gonna add this as well. This is a platformer with a very nice hand-drawn, hand-animated thing. So yeah, Super Mario in Disney World kind of thing. Escape the Pacific. I added this, but I should remove it because I have Stranded Deep, and well, maybe someday it will be better than Stranded Deep. I wouldn't say otherwise. Raft, didn't fancy this, but it's got pretty graphics, and well, the only reason I don't like this is because there's no land. There's almost no land. And I think I'd feel claustrophobic on the raft. Breath Edge, funny game, but it feels like if you watched somebody's playthrough, it would be the same as playing games since it's so heavily story driven. So it says open world, but uh, not if you want to do stuff, I think. If I'm wrong about this, correct me in comments. Bad North, as I said, uh, RPS, I guess, tower defense at least it says. So yeah, very nice graphics, and yeah, could definitely see myself buying this one day. What else? Green Hell. Green Hell seems like the long dark set in the jungle. In at first a much smaller map where the long dark is has vast expanses. This game has you spend many days just recovering from a fall, and it takes a while before you can discover all that's there. It's not on sale, so I'm not gonna buy it tonight, but you've probably seen the playthroughs. And again, Athenon is a hardcore survival player. He's maybe not the best at Green Hell yet, but the only problem I have against this is the illnesses and the micromanagement. Excuse me. Definitely a looker. It looks absolutely beautiful, and it probably has great moments of discovery in it once you get past the first hurdle there. And last on the list, Mist Survival. I kind of like this actually, even though it has zombies, and even though it has this rhythm of, oh no, here comes the next wave of zombies. I kind of like it because it's uh, you can get vehicles going and let you travel in this world. And even though it's one of those horrible post-apocalyptic settings where you have to loot a lot, bunch of free loot, uh, it's not built around respawning loot at least. So, and it looks very, very good. So I might get this when it's on sale. It's not on sale now, so I will not buy it. So there we go. So I'm gonna click this button, and I hope I haven't tired you with my rant. So to cap it off, to recap it, we have Cuphead, uh, uh, and a hand-animated platformer that is pretty tough, I think. It's pretty hard to beat, I think. But I'm gonna give it a go. Memories of Mars. I'm buying this on a whim. I have no idea if it's any good. I might do a video if it is or if it isn't. Slime Rancher party game, and a private party game for me. I can have a party in my room. So yeah, just because it looks fun to play and is sort of like a shooter. No Man's Sky, I'm going to try this. I'm going to see if I like it more than Elite Dangerous. And yeah, The Flame and the Flood. This was the given purchase, even though it's third person. The gameplay I've seen of it, played by good survival players on YouTube, makes me think that I will play this quite a bit.